I just beat the demo of Saint Slayer, Spear of Sacrilege. And, yeah, it's pretty cool so far. As this is a demo, though, I won't be grading it at the end of the video like I normally do, but rather simply giving you my overall thoughts on what's presented. And that's it, really. Let's go. Saint Slayer, Spear of Sacrilege is an independently developed 2D action platformer in the same vein as something like the NES Castlevania games. One of the Steam tags even says it's a Metroidvania. However, nothing in the demo really reflects that so far. But anyway, the game definitely nails the aesthetic, the old school controls, and even the difficulty. I won't be doing my normal 1, 2, 3, what's good and what's bad about the game like I do in my other videos. I mean, the demo itself is only about 10 minutes long, so I'm just giving my first impressions here. The old school NES graphics are serviceable. There's nothing really mind-blowing here, but there's nothing that doesn't fit or look off or bad or anything like that either. Very run-of-the-mill for indie throwbacks like this. The one cool thing about the graphics, though, are the death animations. Whenever you kill an enemy, pixely gore doth burst forth onto the screen. I don't know why I went medieval there. Visually, the enemy deaths are the most fun thing to look at in the demo, as well as these insanely fast skeletons. Damn, they're good. You can also step on any stuff left over from these defeated enemies for a satisfying squish. The controls are about what you'd expect. Saint Slayer mimics Castlevania in this regard as well. The main character, Rudiger, has a slow wind-up to his attacks, so you sometimes have to think ahead and be ready to attack ahead of time. He also has a Zelda 2 or Shovel Knight style jumping down stab, though Rudiger appears to be less mobile in the air than his action platforming forefathers, as you can't really change the trajectory of the jump mid-air. So again, you have to think ahead and be more careful if you want to use this maneuver. Though the demo is not all that hard, I did die a couple of times, but it was mostly due to my own miscalculations. You do have a health bar, and the health drops seemed generous enough that I didn't think the game felt unfair, and I didn't feel overwhelmed or anything like that. But that's still my biggest concern. Is the difficulty going to ramp up really high to match the games of the era it's imitating? No, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but thinking about Zelda 2, Castlevania, and the like, those games can be rather unforgiving at times. So my hope is that the final product remains fair, of course, the further you get into the game. I think the demo overall, if the Metroidvania tag on the Steam page is anything to go by, doesn't really do the game a whole lot of justice. If we're going to be traversing and backtracking like in other Metroidvanias, then this demo really only exists to showcase the overall aesthetic and allows you to get a feel for how the game plays. Which, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. It does leave me hopeful, though, that the game will only get better from here. And that's about it. The game seems promising, if a little uninspired, and that's actually my biggest concern. There's so many other games like this out there. Is Saint Slayer going to be able to stand out amongst the plethora of other indie horror action platformers? Because on the surface, this just looks like many other retro-inspired platformers that have come out in the past couple decades with very little embellishments. I mean, yeah, it does look good, but it also looks a bit samey, at least to me. But for their sake, let's hope the full release provides a memorable experience for all the right reasons. And that's my quick initial thoughts on Saint Slayer, Spear of Sacrilege, and its quaint little demo. My name is Mitsu Vagrant. Please subscribe for more videos like this if you have not already. I'd really appreciate it. Like the video if you enjoyed, and as always, you guys stay safe out there, go play some games, and we'll see you next time.